All right, so let's start. So in the last class, we've seen how to build our application and how to push our artifacts to Nexus repository through Jenkins. So we did that. So what we did, I mean, we have integrated the tools into Jenkins and using the tools in order to do our task, whether it can be building or testing or pushing our artifact. So what's next then? So in our life cycle, what is the next thing? Next thing is to deploy our application, right? That's what I mean. We checked out the code, okay, Git, and we test the code using SonarQube. Obviously, we did that, and we build the code after that. Okay, we did it with Maven, and next thing we pushed our artifact to Nexus repository. So that too is done. So now what's next? We need to deploy our application. Where we're deploying to the sorry, we're deploying to the Tomcat web application server, right? So here, same thing as I mentioned earlier. So we need to install plugin and we need to deploy it to Tomcat. So let's see today what is the plugin exactly and how it works and everything and how we integrate and everything. Got it? Let's see. So yeah, obviously mind this slowness. So go to Jenkins. You have to go to plugin manager in within the manage Jenkins. All right, come on. Yes, manage plugins and let it alone. So in the plugins, we have to search the Tomcat plugin and install it. What is the Tomcat plugin? I mean, what is the name of that is deploy to container. That is the name of plugin. Deploy to container. So once it's load, we'll see. Search for it. Deploy. Sorry, deploy. Yeah, see, deploy to container. This plugin allows you to deploy var to a container after successful build. Just install it. Let it install. Let it finish. Let's refresh this page. Let's see. You see my screen, right? No issues, no voice and everything. All right, yeah, it's success. So the plugin is successful. So what is the plugin name? Deploy to container. That's it. So if once you search for that, so you got it. You got it. You download it. Now let's go to our job. Where is this job? Yeah, this is the one. Let's click on configure. So we don't need to integrate these tools separately again in the tools, I mean, configure tool section, because directly we have to define in job itself, just like how we did for Nexus, if you remember. So I mean, in the last class we have seen like integrating directly in the job, right, in the build section. Where is this? Yeah, this is one. Similar way, Tomcat also same thing. Tomcat also same thing. How to do that? So when Tomcat will come, obviously, so after building the code, and after building the code, we have to deploy it to the Tomcat, right? So when this will come after the build, it means here we have post build section as I mentioned. So whatever we wanted to do after the build, that will be present in the post build actions. So let's click on the post build action. Sorry, see, there is an option called deploy var or year to container. So this option will come in post build action. What option to deploy to Tomcat? See, this is the one. This is the as simple. Let's simply keep just three options are there if you see there. Just three. One is the first one. What is the artifact, the path it is expecting? I mean, what is the path of the artifact? So if I remember correctly, the artifact is storing in target directory within the workspace, and it is like uh, it is inside a target directory, and it's jar file, not a war file. So simply, I don't know what is the name of that. I don't remember exactly the name. So what we do is target. This is the folder. Obviously, we know that star dot jar. This is the jar. This is the jar I want to deploy, but I don't know the name. Maybe here we can find out, but I don't want to kill. It's a 2.2. Is there 2.2 release? See, this is the file, right? But let Tomcat, sorry, let the Jenkins take care of it, because this option will accept the wildcard. So what does it mean is it will go to target directory and it will look for .jar extension, which file has .jar extension, and it will deploy it obviously. Correct? So now where is it? Yeah, context path. As I mentioned, so what is the context path that you want to access this application? We cannot access this application obviously because we don't have anything inside it. It's just a plain application. But we'll see whether application is deployed or not. Maybe slash sample app, something. At least we can see it whether it is deployed or not, even though we can't access the application. Next, add container. Add container is where you have to choose your Tomcat version, I mean Tomcat, and you have to define Tomcat credentials and the Tomcat URL. This is the Tomcat URL. Obviously, copy this. Or if your Jenkins and Tomcat is in same machine, you can simply give localhost. This is fine. The credentials you have to give what is the username of Tomcat. I don't remember. Let me just see what is there. Sorry for that. I will be cold. So we have the username is test, password is test 123. This guy have access. Okay, we already did that. So username is there it? There is nothing. So we have to add it. Add credentials for Tomcat. There is username test, password test 123. The ID I'll give it as Tomcat. Description also as Tomcat. Just to identify. Hmm. Yeah, this is the one, right? That's it. That's it done. Now what happens when the build is done? It will come to post build action, obviously. Okay, and it'll okay. This is where it is, and it will deploy the artifact. Let's check here for now. For first, yes. So there is nothing here. Sample app something. Prod test something is there, but not sample app. Where is it? Yeah, it will go for first target directory and look into the artifact. It can be anything, any file with a .jar extension. It will think as an artifact. Got it? So this is fine. Then next, this is the context path that we want to access it. I hope you remember what is that. So context path is like how we want to access the application from Tomcat as which path. So this is the path. And of course, Tomcat we want to connect to Tomcat, right? In order to deploy, it needs access. Jenkins needs access. So that's why we have Tomcat user. We gave the Tomcat user to Jenkins and the URL. So that with that user, this will connect to Tomcat and deploy the application. So internally, how it will deploy? Okay, manager GUI means admin GUI means this is the one. Okay, we open this manager UI and admin access for this UI we gave. Then what is this manager script? I may not told you on the other time. Manager script is a permission to access Tomcat through command line and to deploy it. See, access through HTTP API obviously through CLI and deploy it. Jenkins uses this role, this manager script role, and deploy the Tom. I mean, deploy to Tomcat. I meant to say. So got it. That is the one which I mean, Jenkins will be using. So let's save it. No, let's see whether it will work or not. I mean. All right, we have to build it, right? Build it. It will fail, I would say. But yeah, let's see. What is our repo? Sample or the sample Maven app. This is Python. Yeah, let's see. Here it will fail. Come on, load. It's slow. Oh, still loading. It failed. Obviously, I told you right. Why? Let's go to connection timeout. But where is this? Mm-hmm. Sonar, it's failed. Oh, sonar integration, I haven't done it because the IP changed, right? But I haven't updated the IP in Jenkins that I had to change. My bad. Let me change it. So go to Jenkins. Let's go to where is the system. Sorry. Let it open. So where is sonar? Okay, yeah, this is that. See, we have to change to the new IP. 52.11. This is the mistake. Now, once it is done, let's run again. We'll see. Is it done? Yeah, it's done. Let's build it now. So I built twice. Okay. Let's see. Is it build or is it build? No, let's build again. I don't see. It says build is schedule. It's failed. Let's see why it's failed. Just a minute. Where it's failed. Name or service on no shit. I missed the dot. If you see here, you have to check that. Come on. So maybe Jenkins system. Where to go again? Now where to go? Yeah, not this one. Yes, yeah. See, I missed the dot. Due to that, all these things happen. Let's change this Jenkins to automation. We don't use this now, but yeah, let's change it. Yeah, this is correct. Sorry. See, again, I missed it out. Save it. Yes, now let's build this job. Yeah, it started. Let's see now whether it applies to Tomcat or not. Yeah, but Sonar is working. You see here. Maven clean install is, yeah, it's build success. It failure. Why it failure? It says this jar file does not exist. Why? Because in the configuration we defined the version number as 2.2. Let me let me show you. So 2.2 version, right? 2.2 artifact ID, but yeah, even here. But in application form.xml, I didn't update it. It's still see 2.1 itself, not 2.2. So that's why I had to update this one. Let me update it manually for now. And let me just verify it. Mhm. Let me just update to 2.2. Just simply update it. Now if I build, this will work. But if you remember, it should happen automatically. Why didn't happen? I mean, it should trigger the build automatically, right? That's what our thing is. But in the hooks, the IP is wrong. The IP is the old one. Oh, forgot. We didn't add anything hooks here. I mean, the webhook, we didn't add it here in this application. So that's the issue. We'll add it, no problem later. But for now, again, it failed. Unsupported file extension .jar. So we cannot deploy .jar. We have to deploy the var or year only, as I told you, right? So Tomcat is to deploy var or year, not jar file. So if you want to deploy, you need to have a var file. Maybe hmm, let's have a var file. Simply just let's upload a var file to a sample var file at least. Let's see whether it will deploy or not. Sample var file. Download the sample var file. I'll just keep this var file in GitHub. Just for the testing at least. In our case, we have to see it, right? Just upload file. Where is it? Download sample var. Simply just upload. So this is the so now what we do, we'll configure this job to deploy the sample var file. We are ignoring our application because there is nothing inside it as I told you. So we have to do lots of changes. That's not our work. Our work is to deploy or build whatever we got. So the var file here we have to change. Let's say star.var. I don't know what is the name of it. Why I gave star.var? Because I didn't give target. The var file I uploaded directly in the code, not inside the target. So that Tomcat will read. Star.var means in the current path, whatever the var file is there. So that's why. Let's build it again. It's going on, going on. It's failed. Why it's failed? If you observe here, Maven, sorry, not Maven Nexus, just could not, push artifact, blah blah something. Why? Because as it, if you told you, if I told, if you remember, I told you that if let's say I pushed an artifact with some version 2.2, correct? So if I do the same push again, I mean with 2.2 version, Nexus won't take it. That's what we have discussed. So every time the next version should be different. So if let's say the currently in our case that's what happened. So the version is same. That's why it's not allowing. It's already there in my repo. Please don't push it. So version has to be changed. Where is it? 2. Let's keep it 2.3. 2.3, and obviously here also 2.3, and in our code also pom.xml also 2.3 we have to keep. Otherwise it will build just 2.2. Nexus can't find the file 2.3 because it is not there. After we giving in pom.xml only, right? So it will build. Let's build now. It started. Let's see. It will work now. Mhm. Let's see. If you see here, where is it? Sonar execution is done. Build is done. Maven C. Building jar. Build is success. This is Nexus. Uploading the Nexus. This is until here. Sorry. Until where is this? Here. Next, see. Deploying Tomcat. See. Doing a fresh deployment. Let's go refresh our Tomcat. Sample app. See, it is there. If I open something, whatever the application is, like this. Like this, we deploy. Got it? On how to deploy, our application to Tomcat. Is it clear? I mean, how to install the plugin, how to deploy to Tomcat. Any doubts so far? This is how we deploy. I mean, anything? Any doubts? So if nothing, we'll move. That's our that's our thing so far. Whatever we did, we automated that through Jenkins until now. Got it? So now,
Yeah,
Correct?
Yeah, okay now.
Yeah.
Understand.
Sorry. So let's go to Nexus first. If you remember, Nexus is giving us the errors, right? If we push the same version, it's giving us the errors. Usually, what in organization what happens is we'll pass the version, but for now we don't have versions. So what we do is we'll go to repository. Where is our sample? There is something an option called allow redeploy. So it means even though the version exists, it will allow to push the artifact. So so that's what we have to enable here. So I'm looking for that option. This is repositories obviously. This is my repository. There will be option called allow redeploy. See disable redeploy, allow redeploy. Now what this will happen is earlier Nexus won't allow us. I mean like deploy artifact with the same version. Sometimes we miss it. It happens sometimes, but this job will fail. So now I enable the option allow redeploy. Let's see now whether this will work or not. Let's see. See, it got success. It redeployed. Even though 2.3 exists, it didn't fail because we enabled the option. We told Nexus that okay, allow it. With the same version, allow it, no issue. So that's about our life cycle, correct? As of now, what we have seen, GitHub, Sonar, Maven, Nexus, Tomcat do deploy. This is what we did, right? Now with Jenkins, we automated all the above. Is it correct? We missed anything? The life cycle, the software development life cycle, what everyone generally follows, we automated that. Obviously, multiple testings will be involved, not just Sonar. There are so many tools, as I mentioned. So many tools are there for testing. So depends on the organization, they'll use it. All we have to do is integrate those tools, make sure they are up and running, make sure they are working properly. Testing is not our requirement, is not our thing. Someone comes say write a test case, blah blah something. No, it's not our thing. I mean they don't say to you, but usually some. So that's I mean that's about our cycle which we did so far. We automated it. Jenkins is not finished yet. I mean, still there is so much topic, but for now it's finished. Let's go to another topic. I got another requirement. I have a team of developers. 10 developers are there. So many teams are there. Whether the job, I mean, the build is success or a failure, I want to know. I want to know it. Let's say some guy, my lead wants to know it, or my developer wants to know it, but they can't log into Jenkins right every time. They can't log in. They just keep on checking the job. Even we can't do that. See, once we configure a job to do the task, it will do it. You don't need to check it every time when developer push something. You don't need to check that one because it's you will have another work. I mean, you don't just simply watch one job. I want to get notified whenever this either success or a failure. I want to get notified. So it means we have to get an alert, maybe email or through a message, something like that. Correct. So Jenkins provides that option to send an email when something goes wrong or when the build got success or when build got failure, everything. So Jenkins will send an email to you. We have to do two things for that. One is we have to configure the email in the global configuration, and in the job also individually in the job also you have to choose whom to send emails. So these two steps we have to do it. So first let's start with main configuration. What we have to do here. Here what you have to do is you have to tell them how to send the emails. As I told you, right? Every email server have outgoing server and incoming server. Outgoing server is SMTP. Incoming server is not required because Jenkins won't accept emails. But at least it needs outgoing server. Correct? This is the address where I mean this will use as a from address. But in order to send the emails through this email, I mean, whatever the email we are using, we need to configure SMTP server. So let's say if you go to end, you'll see two options. One is extended email notification, another is email notification. There are two options. First, let's see this. Let's see this. Here it is asking SMTP authentication. What SMTP server details, email, SMTP. There will be SMTP for everything. And so we just have to find that. Let's say if you go to Office, you'll use some other mail, not just Gmail. So there will be SMTP server for that email. So you have to ask your IT guy, they will give it to you. So don't worry. So where is this? Yeah, SMTP address. SMTP port is 587. So give 587. You see with TLS means you have to enable the TLS option here. You may need authentication. What is authentication? Your Gmail. I mean, currently I'm using my Gmail, so I'm just giving my Gmail credentials. That's it. This is the sender address. Obviously, we gave on top. This is for authentication to SMTP. SMTP address we gave somewhere here. So this is SMTP, our outgoing server. By using this only, Jenkins will send a mail. Not just Jenkins, even when you send a mail through Gmail, internally it will be used this. It will be used this. Got it? It will be using this email to send address. For receiving also there will be some other. Let's forget about it. We don't need it for now. And obviously port we enable. Now how to test it? There is an option called test configuration by sending a test email. Whom to send? Anyone. Let's send to myself. Let's test. Failure. Authentic application specific password required. Did I give the wrong password? There is no authentication failed. Application specific password required for one who go to. Oh, two-factor is enabled. Sorry, I can't use this mail. Maybe another mail. Hmm, yeah, let's try this. Same thing. Maybe here, somewhere here it's wrong. My password. Oh, shit. I saved it. Sorry. Let's go to last. This will take the Gmail. Advanced. For security, when is authentication recommended to use either TLS or SSL? We are using TLS. It's fine. Password is correct. I remember that. Test. I can't use this mail. Let me just change the mail. Same password. I guess. Yeah. I had to change the sender address also. Where is it? Yes. Now let's simply use the mail. Let's try. Still failed. Password not accepted. Why? It says username and password not accepted. Let's Google this shit. Why it is not accepted? Oh, in the email we have to do a configuration. Gmail is so secure, right? So we have to. There is an option called Allow Less Secure app. This has to be on. Let me do it in my phone. Everyone can hack Gmail except us. They say it's secure. Good thing. Two-step verification is, but this is not a good practice. I mean, I'm just showing you because I don't have another mail server, so I'm just showing that. Where do we need to do this? Go to login account security. Okay. Security less secure app access. I don't see it. Mm-hmm. In app it is not there. Let me open in Google. Mm-hmm. One minute, sorry, I'm just trying. Oh, as of 30 May 2022, Google has removed the less secure apps option. There is no way to turn this on as no longer exists. If you're trying to use Google SMTP, you have two options. Use 2FA on your Google account and create a apps password and use that in place of your Google password. What the hell is this? How to do it? That's okay. Let's use another mail. I have another mail. I have Outlook mail. Let's try Outlook SMTP settings. I don't want to use Gmail anymore. This shit is not accepted. Looks like Gmail is secure, it seems. Let's remove. Now go to Outlook. What is the Outlook SMTP? This is fine. This is fine. There is SMTP server. SMTP mail outlook.com. See? Copy it. No. Sorry. Copy it here. Mail. I have to give my mail. Password. Let me change it. Port 587. It's same. Yeah, I think correct. Now let's try it. Yeah, maybe I'll send to this mail. Okay, no problem. The email is successfully sent. Let me check my mobile. I can't log in laptop. That's see. Did you hear the sound? I got it. This is a test email from Jenkins. Got it? So if you see, this means it's working. Let me just open here itself again. Gmail. What is this? Test email, test configuration. Email was successfully sent. Correct? Let's refresh faster. See, this is the email from Jenkins. See, correct? I mean, why this number is 5? Because I tried that many times. This is the test email we'll get. So now, if we are using this in a job, it will send the job details. Don't worry about that. Let's delete this. So this is about how we do the you know sorry, how we integrate the SMTP server and the email details in order to send the emails. So where we'll do it in configure system configuration. SM email notification is the one. This is where we do it. But there is one disadvantage with this. This email notification is the default option which is provided by Jenkins itself. This cannot send emails for everything. Like let's say I want to send emails whenever the job is success. Obviously, we need that. And I want to send email whenever there is a failure also, right? But what this email notification will do is it will send mails only when there is a failure. It won't send email when there is a success. I mean, there is no option at all to choose that. So we cannot use this to send email notifications for success builds. Only for failure. This will be useful only for failure. So that's why most people don't use it. That's why they use another option called extended email notification, which will be on top of it. Yeah, it's a plugin. By default, the plugin will be installed. Email extension, I guess, the plugin name. So same thing will be configured here. SMTP server, paste it. Port number, what is that? 587. And of course, use TLS credentials you have to add and you have to choose. What credentials? The email, I mean, in order to send, in order to connect Outlook, sorry. Sorry. Password, apply, email. This is the one. That's it. Same thing we added. Nothing here. Nothing extra. Just same. Same thing. Whatever we added below, we added here also. That's it. I mean, the integration is done. Now the thing is how to use it within the job. Let's click on configure. Go to post build actions. After deploy, I want to send an email, right? Click on add post build action. Editable email notification. Again, if you are seeing two things: email notification, editable email. Email notification, the default one, as I told you, you don't use it. Editable email notification is the one which we just configure. So the only thing here, first thing you have to add is whom you want to send emails. This is what the recipient list. So this is whom I want to send email. You can simply add comma, then give any like this. Comma space. You can add a number of emails, no issues. So let's say I don't want to send email for this. So this is where you have to add whom you want to send emails. Project recipient list. And scroll, click on advanced settings. We have to choose when to send an email, correct? So there are something called trigger section. In trigger section, we have to choose when to send email and whom to send. When to send email, I think they already have a failure option. So I mean, whenever there is a failure, send an email. Send to who? Just remove these developers. Add recipient list. Whoever the emails we have added in the recipient list on top here, for them the email will be sent. When it will send? Whenever there is a failure. Now I want to send to success also. Add a trigger. There is a something called add trigger when success. Whom to send again? Recipient list. That's it will send. You can add one more trigger. Choose any of these options. There is something option called always. Whether it's failure, success, blah blah, whatever it is, it will send an email. If it always is there, there is no need of success or failure separately. No need to select anything. Always will work. But if you don't want it, you can simply remove it. That's it. You have to add trigger and the action you have to choose when and to whom. The to whom we have already added here. Simply comma separated values. There is yeah, you can simply add here. Save it. Now it will until deploy and it will send an email also. Let's try. Let's see. It is faster now. So cool. Yes. Sonar success. Maven success. Yes. See, if you observe here, it is deploying. Okay, this is fine. We've seen it. Email was triggered for success because we selected that send an email when there is success. To whom? This guy, whatever this mail it is. Let's see. See, I got see. What is the content here? This is the job name, the build number, the status. This is the default template. This is the URL of the what is the URL of this? URL of the console output. See 22. This is the 22 URL of. So you can simply click on console output. You will see URL also. It will show the default template. Where this is coming from? I don't see anywhere. Go to job. This is the default template. And of course, don't use email when you're practicing. You can't use it. Just simply create an Outlook mail. It's easy. I mean, it's not. It's nothing. Just like Gmail. There is is the default content, default subject. If you want to change the content, you can change here. Hey, this is new content for email notification. Blah blah, whatever it is. It'll this content will be sent in the email. Let's say, let's try. Mhm. Let's see. Build success. We deploy also got success. Sending emails. Let's try. Let's try. Let's try. Success. Refresh. See, this is the content, right? We have already there. I mean, of course, it's not relevant. But I'm showing you, you can add anything. Got it? That's what. That's how. I mean, we do it. There's one more thing. We'll try that one more thing right now. Sorry, not here. Within the job. So post build action default content. Let's give it default content. But where is this default content? Have you got doubt that? This default content in the configure system. Let's go there. Jenkins system email. Go to edit. Default content type. What is the default content? Default subject. Project name. What is the project name? Obviously, build number is you have seen it. Build status. Let's go to deleted. Crash. Maybe this. See, this is the subject. Correct. This is what it is. This is what it is. Build status. Default content is project name, build number, build status. This is the one. And check console output at blah 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 results. Check console output at build URL to build results. What are I mean the same content, right? You're seeing there's nothing changed. If you observe, you can change here also. So this content will be applicable for every job. What are this project name? How it is fetching the project name and all is Jenkins have something called global variables, which will be uh, available at Jenkins level for everything. Build status, build a number, build project name, job name. These are all global variables. There are so many things. So things global variables. See, there are so many variables. Let me try list. Yeah. See, these are all global variables of Jenkins. See? And how to use it. If, since you are in Linux, you have to use as dollar, correct? If you are in Windows, you will be using as like this, like this. If you want to use a variable in Linux, dollar. In Windows, inside that, sorry, inside that you keep something. That's one of the variable. So these global variables are used by Jenkins. So like this only, the what is it? The email format will be there. And there is one more called here in the job attach build log, compress and attach build log or attach build log. What happens is this will attach a file, whatever the log is there in the console output we are seeing, that will attach as a attach, I mean, as in file to the log. Let's try anything. Attach a build or compress and attach a build means it will compress as a zip file and attach in the log. Save it. Let's try. Let's try whether it will work or not. Build now. Yes. Mhm. Sorry. Yes. See, request made to compress build log and it will send to here. Is it done already? Yes, it came. See, its attachment is here. If you download it, let's download. Build it object. What is that? Yes. Extract all. Yes. So the log file. What is this? This is the console output. The output, whatever it generated, it is storing in the file. It will send. Usually, we might need this. Sometimes, manager asks us to do this because they can't log into Jenkins. They don't have time. But if we send this via mail, whenever they got time, they'll check it. So this is the console output. That's how we do it. Correct. So that's about how you send email notification through Jenkins. Of course, earlier when we used to practice, we used to do via Gmail, but as I read the notification that after 2022 December 30, I guess, Gmail disabled the option to allow the third parties and insecure tools. So that's why I use Outlook. So if you want to practice, create an Outlook mail. But Gmail can receive mails. It cannot send mails through this email. It can receive, so you can test your own mail, no problem. Good. Yeah. Any doubts in today's class? We've seen how to deploy our application to artifact, sorry, or artifact to Tomcat, and send an email notification as well regarding the build status, whether it is failure or success. So Tomcat, we can't deploy the jar file, so our application is jar. So what we did is like we downloaded the var file sample var from Google and we deployed that through Jenkins itself. We uploaded that to Jenkins, sorry, GitHub, and we did that. Got it? Is it clear? Tomorrow there is a topic called nodes. That's easy and interesting, so not worry. So until today, any doubts so far? Anything? Hmm? Anyone? Okay. If nothing,
So,
I guess. Yeah, sorry. Someone said anything, something. Okay, okay. Yeah. So let's meet tomorrow then, same time, 7 o'clock. Bye. Bye all.
thank you.
Bye. Bye.